No goodbye, no trace, just silence.
Every year, thousands of people disappear. Most are found, but a few seem to dissolve into the air, leaving behind no clues, no explanations, and no trace of what really happened. Their names echo through time, whispered in theories, books, and late-night conversations. These aren't stories from movies. These are real people whose disappearances shook the world. Some left behind strange clues. Others left nothing at all. And in every case, one haunting question remains. Where did they go? Amelia Earhart wasn't just a pilot. She was a global icon, a symbol of courage, exploration, and breaking barriers. In 1937, she set out to become the first woman to fly around the world. She and her navigator, Fred Noonan, had already completed over 22,000 miles of their journey. Their final stretch across the Pacific Ocean should have been routine, but something went terribly wrong. Their last radio transmission was short and unclear. They were low on fuel. They couldn't find their landing strip. And then, silence. Massive search operations scoured thousands of miles of ocean. Not a single piece of wreckage was ever found. Over the decades, theories have exploded. A crash at sea, capture by foreign forces, or even surviving on a deserted island. But no one knows for sure. Amelia Earhart's disappearance isn't just a mystery. It's one of the most famous vanishings in modern history. On a warm night in 2007, in a quiet seaside resort in Portugal, 3-year-old Madeleine McCann vanished from her family's holiday apartment. Her parents were just meters away, having dinner with friends, checking on the children every few minutes. But on one of those checks, Madeleine was gone. Within hours, her disappearance made international headlines. Search teams, helicopters, and sniffer dogs filled the streets. But there was no forced entry, no clear evidence, no trace. Over the years, suspects were named, questioned, and released. Hundreds of sightings were reported worldwide, but none were ever confirmed. Her face became one of the most recognized missing person images in the world. And even after one of the largest investigations in modern history, the truth remains hidden. What happened to Madeleine McCann is still a question that haunts millions. November 24, 1971. A man in a dark suit, wearing sunglasses, walks onto a plane in Portland, Oregon. He hands a note to a flight attendant. On it, 4 chilling words. "I have a bomb." He calmly demands $200,000 in cash and a parachute. Hours later, after receiving the ransom, the man walks to the back of the plane and jumps into the freezing night sky over Washington state. No one has ever seen him again. No body, no parachute, nothing. Only a small stash of bills, part of the ransom, was discovered years later near a riverbank. But the man who called himself D.B. Cooper vanished into legend. Was he a master criminal who escaped? Did he die in the wilderness? Or was it something stranger? To this day, D.B. Cooper remains the only unsolved hijacking case in U.S. history. It was Father's Day weekend in 1969. 6-year-old Dennis Martin was camping with his family in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, a peaceful, quiet place. The boys decided to play a prank. Dennis ran off to hide behind some bushes, waiting to jump out and scare the adults. But Dennis never came back. His father searched for him within minutes. Then park rangers. Then hundreds of searchers, including Green Berets. Helicopters, dogs, and volunteers scoured the forest for days. But there was nothing. Not even a single footprint. Locals reported hearing a scream in the woods that day. Some said they saw a strange figure carrying something through the trees, but no solid evidence was ever found. It's as if Dennis was swallowed by the forest itself. Jim Sullivan was a talented musician in the 1960s and 70s, known for his haunting voice and mysterious lyrics. In 1975, he packed up his car and drove into the desert of New Mexico. No one knows exactly why. His car was later found abandoned on a dirt road. Inside were his guitar, wallet, and ID. But Jim was gone. There were no signs of foul play, no tracks leading away, no leads to follow. Adding to the mystery, his final album, released shortly before his disappearance, was titled UFO and included songs about being taken away and vanishing. Some say he ran away. Others believe something far stranger happened that night. July 8, 2014. 28-year-old German tourist Lars Mittank was at an airport in Bulgaria, ready to fly home. But something was off. He looked anxious. He'd told his mother over the phone that people were following him. Then, security cameras captured something terrifying. Lars suddenly runs out of the terminal, leaves all his belongings behind, sprints across a field, and disappears into the woods. He has never been seen again. That footage has been viewed millions of times, with theories ranging from mental breakdowns to targeted crime, and even more sinister ideas. But the truth behind Lars Mittank's final moments remains unknown. Richard Halliburton wasn't an ordinary man. He was a famous adventurer, known for traveling the world and writing about his wild experiences. In 1939, he set out to sail a small Chinese junk ship across the Pacific Ocean. He radioed one last time from somewhere in the middle of the ocean. Then, nothing. No wreckage, no mayday signal, no survivors. Some say a storm took him. Others think it was sabotage. But Richard Halliburton and his ship simply vanished, swallowed by the sea. Ray Gricar was a respected district attorney in Pennsylvania, intelligent, stable, and admired. In 2005, he told his girlfriend he was going for a drive. Hours later, his car was found near a river. His laptop was discovered in the water, but the hard drive had been removed. His phone and wallet were gone, and Ray himself? Never found. His disappearance left more questions than answers. Was it foul play? Did he walk away on purpose? Or was he silenced for something he knew? To this day, no one can say. In 1912, 4-year-old Bobby Dunbar vanished during a family trip to a Louisiana lake. Months later, authorities found a boy they claimed was Bobby and returned him to the family. Life went on, but decades later, DNA testing revealed a shocking truth. The boy they raised wasn't Bobby Dunbar, which means Bobby was never found. His real fate remains a mystery more than a century later. Virginia Dare was born in 1587, the first English child born in the New World. Shortly after, her colony, Roanoke Colony, was left alone as the leader returned to England for supplies. When he returned 3 years later, the settlement was empty. The buildings were gone. The colonists, more than 100 of them, had disappeared. Only one word remained carved into a tree: Croatoan. Was it an attack? A relocation? Or something more mysterious? More than 400 years later, the fate of Virginia Dare and the lost colony is still unknown. These are just 10 names. But behind each one lies a chilling reminder. People don't just vanish. Not completely. Somewhere, someone knows the truth. And until the answers are found, these stories will echo through history. Which of these disappearances haunts you the most? Comment your theory below, and subscribe to Deep Facts every day for more stories that will keep you up at night.
No goodbye.